Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Roll20 Presents Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So, I don't think that the compadres that return home encounter any tricks or trouble. There's nobody waiting to assassinate you when you arrive. The stink of burnt sulfur and the kind of sense of tension in the air, even this late at night, is still present. Right? There's a big burn mark. There's some blood stains. I think that the guard have, for the most part, left, but there's still a guard hanging around, just like keeping an eye on the scene of the crime. But you're able to return to your neighborhood and head into your dilapidated home and return to bed. Meanwhile, however, risking exhaustion, Macaria decides to, at whatever, 3 a.m, head to the yawning portal, where she hopes to encounter Davil. So when you get there, Macaria, I mean, you've been at the yawning portal all hours of the day and night, right?
Many a time.
Yeah, you see, and this is like, I mean, I don't think that the Forgotten Realms have they don't have like weekends in the same traditional way that we do, like times when it's busier or not. But it's quieted down in that most of the people who came here to get drunk did so and then went to bed or left. There are a few people still kind of like hanging around, drinking. Durden has gone to bed. And so we just see, I don't know, there's like a different bartender. There's a young, like a half-elf woman. And she's tending bar when you arrive. The place is pretty quiet, but, there's multiple layers. Do you search the place for Davil, or do you ask?
I ask.
Okay, who do you ask?
I go up to the bar, to the bartender, and I plop down on one of the chairs, and I
the bartender is like side-eyeing you from across the bar. Like, you know that look people give you when they're like, do I recognize you from somewhere? So this bartender is just like looking at you.
Have you seen Davil?
And then kind of like is caught, and then she walks over and she says, I'm sorry?
Davil, Star Song. He sits over there. And I point like where I've seen him one time, which might not actually be where he always is, but.
And she says, yes, he was just here. He, and she points. Up on the mezzanine. 2nd level, I think.
Oh, wow. Do you have... Well, you have it. Obviously, you're a barkeep. Can I have some wine? Does Davil have a tab? I'm here to see him. You can go on his tab.
The shot cuts to behind her shoulder, and she looks down, and under the bar, there is a hand-drawn picture of you that says, do not give free drinks to this woman. And she looks up, and she says, I am afraid you'll have to pay first.
Well, I'm not paying for it. Davil's paying for it.
I can't allow you to take drinks on other people's credit. But if you have silver.
Ugh. Durden is always like this. And she like shuffles in her like bag and she like puts down, 2 silver for like the cheapest fucking wine. Okay. It's like, just please, I have a headache. Just give it to me.
Yeah. So she walks over
and called a hangover. Yeah, she has a hangover.
Pours some wine, and she comes back, and she says, the Church of Ilmater has a program. If you and she puts the wine down and like slides it to you.
The Church of Ilmater, really?
Yeah, he's got a suffering. It's fine.
A program for what?
If you find that you are overindulging.
I'm perfectly happy overindulging. Okay.
Of course. I thought I would mention you
run a bar and you're trying to get me to stop drinking. That's bad for business.
The Yawning Portal is more than just a bar. It's a gathering place for adventurers and misfits. Mm-hmm.
And she's already getting up and like turning around with her drink and like going up to the mezzanine.
And she just shakes her head. She's just like like goes back to her idle animation of polishing a glass. All right. So you head upstairs, and you see this level is pretty much abandoned to the point where when you come up the stairs, and this is maybe the most sober you've ever been climbing these stairs, you've fallen down them several times.
Oh, yes.
So as you reach the mezzanine, this area looks abandoned on purpose, and there's a gruff-looking man leaning on the post by the stairs, and as you come up, he gives you a look like, keep fucking walking.
Like walking past
Like,
him? Or
go up
walking
the damn
upstairs?
stairs. Like, this floor, we're using it.
Excuse me, but I'm here to see Davil.
You see Davil, like he's at the table with some other black cloaked individuals, and they're talking, and this person looks you up and down, and they're like, "No,
What do you mean, no?
you heard me.
Davil.
Hey,"
She
and
yells.
this
He's the person that yells past the bouncer.
yeah, right. Hey, I know you. Hey, let me in. I'm with them.
Yeah.
Okay, so Davil looks over. Make a persuade check.
Okay, fine. I'm with you guys, I swear.
You're trying to persuade
Okay.
Davil, not the bouncer.
Okay, well. Help me.
So Davil looks up, makes eye contact with you, and then looks away like he's never met you before. And the person in the way puts his hand like on your sternum and gives you a slight push backwards, like, no, this isn't happening.
I thought we were working together. I have information.
They shake their head. Davil's in a meeting. Take your wine, go upstairs, and piss off.
I want to kill him. Can I kill him?
No, I mean, yes, but like, if you want to keep playing this character, no.
Fucking do it.
Remember Durnan killing that troll? You want to be on the business end of that shit?
Drew shows up, attacks you 4 times.
Yeah. Roll a die. We'll pick a random Forgotten Realms NPC to whip the shit out of you.
Drew's Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, you go to like draw your mace, and you turn around and you just see a guy draw 2 scimitars and look at you like, I wish you would. I wish the fuck you would. His little cat's like, rear. Yeah. So
You know what happened to the last person that tried to bar my way? Well, you wouldn't, because they didn't live to tell the tale. Now let me through.
make an intimidation check at disadvantage.
God, I hate you so much.
Listen, I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
Intimidation, you said?
So this level 3.
Two, I get a 2.
I'm well timed.
Elminster
I
shows
get a
up,
2.
greets you with one look.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So you get a 2, and the guard just shakes their head, and they're like,
I'm just a tiny little half elf that doesn't look intimidating at all.
and he looks down, and he's like, just go on upstairs.
I would throw this wine at you, but I just paid for it. Ugh.
Do you
This
go
is
upstairs?
mean.
Do you just like keep stomping up the stairs?
There's no reason to go upstairs. I came here to see Davil.
Yeah, but now you got this wine you can drink, so you could at least go upstairs and sulk and drink it alone.
You don't think she can like just chug wine? She's one of those awful people that chugs wine. She doesn't care what it tastes like.
So what, do you just like threateningly drink the whole thing and then just like drop the glass on the floor and walk out?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just like going upstairs, and you're just
I
like,
just stare directly at him and drink the entirety of my glass of wine and then just drop it.
okay.
Turn around.
They know better than to give you glassware, so it's in a metal cup.
Good.
So when you drop it, we cut down to
Clang,
a reaction.
clang, clang, clang.
Yeah, a reaction shot. It bounces down the stairs. And we cut to a reaction shot of the half elf at the bar, who's just like, like I could have been a cleric. And and the tough just looks at you like, I'm not scared of you.
Fine. I leave.
See, if you were 8, you could have crushed the metal glass.
I can't. I
Alright.
can't crush it.
Okay,
I
so
can't.
you
my head.
go back downstairs. Can you make a perception check for me real quick?
Fine.
Arcturus could have crushed the metal glass.
Arcturus could have done it. He was a strong boy. He had like 16 strength, which is twice as much as I have.
Nice. Okay. All right. So you managed to avoid. You were about to collide with someone at the front door, but you managed to like stop and like go around them. It's a big burly like warrior dude with like a tattoo on his face, and he's like, oh, excuse me, and he like sneaks past you, and you walk out. So are you going home? You go home, Makaria?
I guess.
Okay. All right. You head home. All right.
Pout the whole time.
So you get home, you get into bed with enough time not to have to risk the exhaustion, and you go to bed. So the next morning, I think, unless anybody, I guess 8, you're awake when this happens because you don't need like sleep or whatever, but everybody else is sleeping. It's quite early, like maybe around dawn, which is getting earlier and earlier every day. 8, you hear a on the front door.
Okay. Have I had my 6 hours ish?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll go down from my. Oh God, I've got a character downstairs, and I've got to be in my bedroom. There we go.
Okay.
Yes, I'll go downstairs. Do I feel my strength has returned to me on this day?
Yes, everybody is taking a long rest. Yeah.
Oh, I feel so much better now. So,
like I would absolutely fucking love to be able to like get in a fight, several fights, no less, exhaust myself in battle, and then just like sleep it off. Like it's no problem. You're good. You wake up the next day, bam, problem solved.
Adventure.
So good, man. Physics in Dungeons and Dragons is totally different. Everybody's so resilient.
I mean, that's the thing. Everybody thinks like adventurers, to become one, you have to have like had your parents killed or have like a lust for adventure. The main requirement is you're really good at sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sleep is like
the best sleep. You get 10 hours of like REM sleep all night.
Yeah, and then your body regenerates perfectly as a result.
Yes.
Okay, so you you hear this like again from upstairs. This like.
Did you say upstairs? Sorry.
Like no, from the front door of the bar. You're upstairs and you hear that.
Oh, right. Then I come down the outside stairs and walk around to the front to see who's there.
Okay, all right. Do you want to like look through the window first, or just open the door?
Well, I'd be coming from outside.
Yeah,
so you can like look around. That's right. Because this person doesn't know your house. They don't know that you don't live. It's such a weird establishment. Okay, so
We have to go outside to get to our kitchen.
yeah, you do. It's super weird. Okay, so you it makes midnight snacks very complicated. So you look down the down the side, and you see standing at your front door. They have their side to you. You see they're wearing like finery, not like dressed up finery, but like their clothes are of high quality. They're wearing leather boots. Their clothes are in like a kind of like a orange and green. They're wearing like a tabard, and they don't have any servants with them. And as you track up from their nice boots, you see they have long curly red hair. They have their back to you right now, and they're knocking nervously on the door. And when you come around the corner, they're like, and they like you can't see their face. They're just turned away.
Oh. So 8, so as not to scare them too much, does a facsimile of a cough.
You make a Pokemon noise. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So they turn, and at first you're like, "Oh, I know this person," and then it dawns on you who it is. It's Renier Neverember. It's the nobleman that we saw way back in episode 1. So Renier is he's standing there and he turns and he starts a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, and he looks at the door and like you're outside, and he says, I'm sorry to have. I know it's early. Might I come inside?"
Yes, I don't sleep.
Oh, that must be nice. Though lately I've been having trouble with it myself. And like, yeah, you walk over and you like open the door and you come inside.
Yeah, like I assume he expects me to have like a key.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've like got all the locks changed yet, so I just like smack the door really hard.
Just push it. Okay. So the door opens and the two of you come inside, and he looks around and he says, "Oh, I don't know what I expected, but it's nicer in here than I thought."
Unfortunately, I can't offer you a drink yet. We have not the coin to resupply.
Oh, it's much too early for a drink.
So it's unusual that Macaria would already be 2 cups in.
Well, I mean, it depends. I understand that lower classes, especially in more backwater environments, have a hard time getting clean water, and so they drink beer all day. But it's not the same as the beer you'd get at the tavern. Listen, I'm not here to... Are your friends awake? I have some urgent business to discuss with all of you.
Yes, I will go and fetch them.
Thank you.
Please don't mind the fact that some things may move around. It is slightly haunted, I'm given to understand. And then I just leave before I can say anything.
Yeah, so he's in the tap room now, and he's just looking around like, oh God, please don't possess me or anything. So
Macaria is not awake, by the way. You said everyone was awake. She's
no. Eight said that, but I assume everyone's asleep except 8.
Yes.
So that would be a good guess.
Yeah.
Jill sleeps a lot, like more than she needs to.
So I'd probably start methodically with Rin in the den, being the first room I come up to.
Okay.
So you like knock on the door, or
Yes. Bam, bam, bam. I try and be gentle, but I'm just so strong.
there's a
gentle.
small degree of like pause between your knocking and you hear a voice from the inside be like, yes.
We have a noble visitor.
What? Yeah, like, there's a like rustling sound, and then to the door like opens a crack to C8, and Rin looks like a fucking banshee on the other side.
Oh my God, awesome.
She's not prepared, like, at all. And she goes, get the others. I like closes the door and like, you see her like moving around in her room, like gathering things up, brushing her hair and fucking
Oh, that's so
around.
good. So yeah, you just look kind of like crazed, your eyes a little bloodshot, hair all frizzled.
Yeah, she's like not ready.
Get out. Okay, all right, so Rin gets ready. 8, who do you go wake up next?
Probably I don't... Bleach, do you want to be in the scene, or should I just leave Macaria? Because Macaria...
No, you can wake her up. She's probably used to like just being like, okay, it's time to go. And she's like, huh? All right.
Okay. Yeah, because you're the next one up.
No, that's
So
fine.
I know that we said that Macaria was probably played by like late 80s, early 90s Winona Ryder, but I'm starting to think that Macaria is that drunk guy in the car in Wayne's World. What's that guy's name? And everybody keeps trying to prop him up, and then Bohemian Rhapsody comes on, and he's just like, yeah, and he knows all the lyrics, and he passes out again at the end. Macaria's that guy in this party.
Yeah, but Macaria, like when you come to Macaria's door and go to wake her up, it takes a little bit longer. You might even have to shake her, but she's one of those lucky people who has hair of a texture where it doesn't mess up when she sleeps. Like she just like is like, oh, right. And then like has the robe on from yesterday.
Oh, Macaria sleeps in her clothes.
Yeah, she sleeps in her clothes. She doesn't need to brush her hair. And she's like, what are we doing?
So instead of shaking you, because 8 has noticed that you don't like to be touched, he picks up the bed and like tips it slowly upwards until you like get out or
Okay,
fall off.
Macaria tumbles out of bed.
I mean, I don't mind being touched by like the Doombringer of Merkel. It's fine.
I don't know that yet.
All right. Well, I tumble onto the floor and then like prop myself up. And I'm like, oh, is it time already? What are we doing? Where are we going?
Mr. Neverember, Lord something Neverember, downstairs.
Are you sure it's not Floon?
Yes.
Haha, it was me all along. Flood Blackbar. No, it's actually Rainier Neverember. You're fine. You're safe.
All right. Well, does he wants to speak to us? All of
He seemed more out of sorts than usual.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just go down there then. The rest of them coming too. Did you wake up Rin?
I think it was Rin.
You hear like a bird make a screeching sound from Rin's room.
Followed by like later. Like we'll talk later.
So we cut to your room, Rin, and you're being like you're getting ready. Do you have your unseen servant like helping you?
Yes, I have used a spell slot,
Nice.
Adam, to quickly summon an unseen servant.
Nice.
Who is currently brushing my hair,
Tangles in your hair.
like
Cool.
pulling a brush through my hair while I'm gathering clothes up.
Yeah, and the raven is sitting on your like whatever you're passing for your like your vanity, and it's just like messing with your stuff, like flipping over your makeup and like digging through looking for shinies.
Oh, can we not do this a little later? I have a guest. I have a guest downstairs, please.
It's fine, Rin. I'll take care of it. I say through the door, and then she has to like hurry even more.
Right, Rin is like, oh god, for every second,
yeah.
every second Makari is left alone with an important NPC, you're in danger. All right, so 8,
So
you want
like
to head upstairs?
on the I think on the heels of that, like it's all right, it'll be fine. She just like grabs the cloak, puts it around her shoulder, and like leaves the room immediately, like to follow Makaria, though she's like a little bit unprepared.
Mhm.
And the unseen servant is still brushing her
Right, like
hair.
the comb is still in your hair
Yeah.
and moving. And, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right, 8. So you head upstairs to the attic.
Yes. And then to wake up finally, Jewel.
Okay. So you just like knock on the door, or
Yeah. Bonk, 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 bonk.
Jewel, you inside the room, like the thing that cats do when you wake them up, or touch their feet, and she just like twitches a lot, and then like gets up and opens the door. Did I oversleep again?
No, there isn't early. Everybody else is going downstairs.
She closes the door behind her, and inside you realize like she doesn't have a bed; she just has a pile of stuff.
yeah,
that she's
the
nested into.
the softest garbage you
Yeah.
could find in the storage room.
The softest things are her bed. That's what she sleeps on,
Awesome. That's so
Okay.
good.
and she will go downstairs.
Excellent. Okay, cool. All right, so you head down the stairs, and we crossfade to or cut to the scene at the biggest table. So Rainier is there, everybody's around the table, and he's in the midst of sort of apologizing. He says, when I woke up this morning, I have people in the city who keep an eye on things for me, and I was going through my morning news, their reports, and they told me that there was a fireball that had erupted near your home, and I was worried you had been hurt. I rushed over here as soon as I could. I'm glad to see that you're all. And he looks at everybody. Yeah, okay, you're all okay. I'm glad to hear that you're all right. I've taken something of a liking to you after your help. It would have broken my heart if something bad had happened to you. What's going on? Can I help?
Well, I'll tell you everything that we know, and then we'll see if you can help. I swear. Wait, stop that. Grab
Get
the
right, and it's
brush.
right, like getting some rouge put on your face.
Here's what we know. A gnome carrying something was killed outside of our, just out the front there, with something explosive, a fireball or something that can create a similar effect. He's being chased by some Zentarum, and one of them got away with some injuries, took something from the gnome, and escaped. There were also reports of a mechanical man on the roof above where the explosion happened. Not this
No.
one, obviously.
Yeah, he's like, no.
And then we tracked the one who got away, and it led to the Growlhund estate.
When you say Growlhund, like you see him like sneer a little.
We made our entrance to see if we could follow him, and ended up in a conflict with a bunch of what I can only assume are Zentarum thugs. The item, whatever was stolen, gone. The burned man now in the custody of the City Watch, and us not being able to have really investigated the estate very much, aside from teleportation circle that 8 saw. That's everything.
Yeah, and he's nodding and listening, and he says, it was a gnome, you said.
Yes.
Oh, dear. Well,
Do you know this person?
I do. Now, you may or may not know the Lords of Waterdeep ousted my father. He used to be the open lord. It's a bit of an embarrassment, but when they got rid of him, I thought that his long, dark shadow was gone for good, that I could move on with my life, but his spies hound me. One of them, a gnome named Dalakar, he's been watching me for months. He thinks I don't know, but I know. I have spies of my own.
Dalakar, you say?
The
Taking
gnome.
the notebook
Yeah,
out.
he nods. Yeah, Dalakar. It's about 10 days ago, Dalakar vanished. I haven't seen him in weeks. I thought my father had given up, but apparently not. So when Dalakar disappeared, I asked around. Apparently he was on some special mission to retrieve the Stone of Galore. And he was afraid the
Can I make
Zentarum...
an Arcana check on Stone of Galore?
Yeah, do it. Totally do it.
Okay. Arcana.
Make a history check.
Yeah, you can make a history check, Joel. Sure. Everybody's
I
like...
know about shiny
Yeah,
things.
everybody's watching him talk, and then like there's a tooltip over Stone of Galore, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna hover that."
Cover that.
Makaria asks him if he'd like a drink while she pours one for herself.
Okay. All right. So let's see. How do we do on those rolls? A 16, Jewel?
22.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that information in just a second. So he says, apparently, he was on some sort of special mission to retrieve the Stone of Galore, and well, he was afraid the Zentarum and the Xanathar Guild were close to catching him. When he heard about my kidnapping, he wanted more information about the adventurers who'd rescued me. I think Dalakar was planning to pay you to deliver the stone to my father in Neverwinter. Apparently that didn't go so well for him. So let me see if I can find the Stone of Galore and see what parse out what you might know about it.
Oh my god, are we going to heist it? Is this going to be a heisted object? I'm so excited.
Is it in the shape of a small dragon?
It is not. No. I mean, maybe it is. You don't know what it looks like.
I mean, that's why I was like, it's it's dragon.
The Stone of Galore.
The gnome works for the Lord Neverember or the Son Neverember?
Lord Neverember. Yeah, it works for Dad. So, Lord Neverember, and I think maybe we talked a tiny bit about this back in chapter 1.
Yes.
Yeah, so Lord Neverember was the open lord. There's like secret lords and there's the open lord. There's always like an open, like the person who's the
like
public
the
face.
rotation of
Yeah, and Lord Neverember was kicked out of his job for extortion, for stealing from the city of Waterdeep, and nobody ever found all of his money.
Sweet embezzlement.
That's right. He's a embezzler, and he was kicked out, and he fled.
His treasure.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so the stone of Galore, you know now, is connected to him, and I think that's probably like the name itself doesn't like trigger anything. I think like the situation kind of all like falls together, but I mean you could ask him about it. Like for you don't know who Galore is or what this stone is, and it doesn't tie into any particular like story you already know. But apparently, yeah, the Lord Neverember was a big old embezzler, and he hid away all of his embezzlement money before he fled, and it hasn't turned up. Most people assume he took it with him, but maybe
Could I redo my guess?
Sure.
This stone has got something to do with that, and that's what we want to heist. All this embezzled money.
I'm assuming that this is the history check, Adam. Is there anything for the Arcana, or is it just?
Yeah, let me take a look. So yeah, I think for Arcana you would know the name Galore. You remember reading once about a Galore. There is you maybe you thought it was the name of the monster, but it was a page in one of your former master's books, and it had a picture of what looked like an enormous like cave fish with like tentacles coming off of it. And you remember the word galore on that page somewhere. You don't remember the context, but yeah, it has some connection to that
Okay.
that
Cool.
particular thing.
So, the stone. Why is it important? I ask.
Yeah, Renier, he gives you a look like he wishes he had an answer for you. So he's like, it's important to my father. Otherwise, he wouldn't have risked it. I guess he thought that he could send one of his servants to you. I mean, he can't come back to Waterdeep, obviously. So any of his assets that haven't already been seized, well, he'd need to sneak them out.
To find them, assumedly.
And he
So
nods.
the orb used to belong to him.
He nods. He says, my father owned several unusual properties, but the Stone of Galore...
If I had to venture a guess, Lord Neverember, I would think that this stone probably helps us locate some of your father's goods.
Hey, he shakes his head and he says, not my father's, the city of Waterdeep.
Well, that is what I mean.
The legal distinction, I assure you, I have been reminded of many, many times. The amount of time I've had to spend with the watch. I swear to you, I have no idea where my father's gold is, in case that wasn't already clear.
I believe we've had that conversation.
And he nods and he says, I've had to defend my own and my family's honor so many times these last months. It's become tiresome.
Having a family seems like a lot of work.
He laughs. He laughs when you say that as if it's a joke. Like, yes, like apt. That's funny. It's true.
Jewel just nods like, yep, family.
Right? Everybody's got some stuff.
Mutters.
Yeah. Okay.
Galore is a creature. Obviously. The one Rin's just kind of talking to herself, trying to like work back through the book and try and see if she can recall the page, sort of thing. But she doesn't really get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have reason to believe, and they stop before revealing the conclusions that they drew the previous night, in case Rin had been withholding that.
Right. That's it. So do you look at Rin like, well, better not say anything.
Wait, so
she notices that you like stop. Oh yeah, no, go with.
I guess if 8 speaks first, but that's Jules' question. Will at some point be, why are you telling us this?
We'll do this in order then.
Yeah. Okay.
So, 8 stops, looks at me, and I look and go, an ally. Feel free.
Reason to believe that the Zentarum now have the stone.
He, Renier, when you say that, he nods and he says, well, I mean, someone has it. It's been changing hands. You think the Zents have it now?
Yes, I believe that
we didn't.
Lord and Lady Growlhund were working with them and now have the stone.
That makes sense. He points and he says, there's been rumors connecting the Growlhunds to all sorts of unsavory business. The Black Network, some kind of cult. They travel in unsavory circles. Now, I know I'm not one to talk. I'm a member of those supposedly unsavory circles, so... But still, the Growlhunds, they're of a different sort. If you ask me, anyway. I never liked them.
Wait, which circles?
Well, the unsavory type. I mean, there's nobles that try to do well by others and donate their gold to the churches and fund festivals and what have you.
And then there's quarters.
Well, there's people like the Growlhuns who, under the auspices of giving everyone a fair opportunity, they invest their business all over the place.
And you do as well?
No,
I think that's what you just said.
it's not. It's complicated. You have as much money as I do.
I have never had that much money in my life.
Well, consider yourself lucky. Now, I know that sounds like a privileged thing to say, but a bad reputation and a whole lot of money is not anything that I would wish on anyone.
Well, I already have one of the two, so I would really like the second.
Regardless, that's something to go on, at least the name of the object that we're looking for.
The Stone of Galore is... Well, I fear that whoever has it, they're on their way to recover my father's money now. And that much money, Waterdeep's money.
I was going to say the city of Waterdeep.
That much money in the wrong hands, well, it can be destabilizing. Dangerous, even.
I suppose this would make what the Growlhuns did make more sense. If they wanted to get that stone, then doing it under the cover of them being attacked would certainly erase most of the suspicion from them.
So you think it's in the hands of the Growlhuns now?
Or in the hands of whoever is on the opposite end of that teleportation circle.
Yeah. The Growlhuns, I'm sure, are going to get something out of it. Maybe they're just using the Zentarum, and that's not even the people who are behind it.
He laughs when you say that. Like, it's a dark laugh. Like, not you said something funny, but like, oh. And he shakes his head and he says, don't underestimate the Zentarum. They may be common thugs on the streets, but their tendrils reach deep.
In the sheet? Wait, she like hears it.
Thugs in the streets, political manipulators in the sheets. So, yeah.
They're jerks.
And he says, often, especially in the case of people like the Growlhuns, if you think you're the one pulling their strings, it's quite the opposite. And not to say that I think the Growlhuns are innocent, just that it's like to go deeper than that. They're not clever enough to manipulate the whole Black Network, especially not in a city as big as Waterdeep.
No, I'm sure they think they are, though. They strike me as those sorts of people.
You don't know a lot of nobles, do you?
No, but I know famous people.
Well, they're more or less all like that to some degree or another.
Mm-hmm. Great, you included.
I was going to say, it turns out having resources gives you a certain point of view.
So what are we going to do about this?
My thoughts
is,
if we ask about the Stone of Galore, we may be able to find out more about it, its capabilities, and what it may be able to do in the hands of somebody who now has it. The place I would think to go for that is, of course, Blackstaff Tower.
They probably know some stuff.
About anything we could ask about.
Rainier scowls slightly when you say Blackstaff Tower. He tries to hide it, but he has a reaction he can't hide, and then tries to pass it off and hopes no one notices. But you do.
Something the matter with that?
I don't know that I trust the Blackstaff is all. That kind of power, independent of any government control. It just seems irresponsible.
To be honest, any wizard of that caliber isn't in the control of anyone else. Let's dispense with that idea entirely. So
we also
wherever we went to wouldn't really matter.
Your father as the government didn't. I feel like governments are just as bad.
Hate nods.
Yeah, Rainier sighs
We just shouldn't trust anyone.
My dad ruined my life, and here I am in this shitty bar with these weird people who admittedly saved me, but he has a moment of God, my life is so hard.
All I'm saying is that that's where I would follow up the lead. Somewhere where we might acquire more knowledge about the subject.
Rainier says, I have contacts myself, people I can talk to about this. Give me a day or so. I'll put the word out about what happened, what you've learned, and see what we can turn up.
Yes, investigate. I think that'll work. We can give you some time and sort things out here.
Yeah. So he stands up. when you say that, and he says, I'll see to it at once. If you'll excuse me.
And I stand when he stands,
Mhm.
by the way.
Yeah.
And I give him a sort of like, head, like not bow, but like nod.
Mm-hmm.
It's like pleasure.
And before he leaves, he takes a few steps into the tap room. Before he leaves, he turns and he looks at you with a look of like almost regret on his face, and he says, "As thankful to you as I am for rescuing me the other night, saving me from these Zentarum, I fear you've just cursed yourself. My father's hand leaves black stains on anyone he touches."
Thankfully, 2 out of 3 of us at least, or 2 out of 4 of us at least, black's our color.
And he smiles and he says, "Hell, I hope you can keep your humor up. I fear things are going to get more complex before they... No need to think about it that way. I'll return as soon as I learn anything."
What you can find out, come back to us.
Okay.
Don't do anything that will put you in a vast amount of danger.
All right, he leaves. You're alone in your dilapidated house.
So, what do you think? I say.
Why is it better that this Rainier fellow have all that money than that the Zentarum have that money? I mean, honestly, like
isn't
nobles have been
necessary.
running this city. What?
What if we had all that money?
Yes, I would like that. That's a great idea. How do we do that? I wasn't really listening.
I think we get the
belongs
orb.
to the city.
So what?
Well, it doesn't technically belong to
What
them
is this?
anymore.
What has
Once
the
it's
city ever
embezzled,
done
it's not
for
theirs.
you, Rin?
It provides me with a place to live.
Okay, Volo provided you with a place to live.
A lot of money, you could probably do that too.
Probably right.
And then you could finally go to wizard school.
Look at all these chickens we're counting. Look at them all. Look at these
You could
chickens.
Finally go to wizard school. She like gets a pained expression at that. Like,
I think Jewel doesn't quite understand how Rin feels about wizards. I think she just really wants to be one.
I'm sorry,
Think you're
Harry.
a
You
great
can't
bard, but
afford
then
to
you
go to
could also
Hogwarts because we've been paying taxes.
well, it is a little
Libertarian
bit like
Harry
that,
Potter.
where you're like, you go to wizard school, and she's like, they apparently not smart enough for that. Like a little embarrassed.
Well,
there-
you know,
don't you
dear,
say
plenty of dumb rich people get whatever they want. So I'm sure if you were rich enough, you could do whatever you wanted to.
It's you're smarter than any wizard I've met. Most wizards just run into trouble and die right away. It's the cough from
It was the ghost. Yeah, the ghost just sneezes when you say that.
I think
Dust
I
blows
may-
off the countertop.
I think I may know a few, slightly more wizards than you. Just in terms of successful ones. Anyway,
So let's talk as players about the options laid before you go to our next break. So right now the one big loose thread is the mechanical man, right? The person who was present at the scene, who executed the fireball situation. That's one thread. Where did that mechanical person go? The second thread is like the teleportation circle, right? And the Growlhunds, like their house particularly, but you got to know they're going to be on High Alert now.
there's no way we can break back
It's
into
going to
their
be
house.
very
Yeah.
difficult to get back in there.
It's not gonna happen.
And then also, yeah, you could just wait and see what Rainier turns up. Also, you could go to Blackstaff Tower and be like, "Yo, here's what we know." Or Makaria, you could try again to get in touch with Davil.
Now that he's not talking to confidential
Yeah.
people or whatever.
Yeah, he was in the middle of a thing and you failed to roll.
But okay. But he insulted me.
Mm-hmm.
Is this what it takes for Makaria to turn from the Zents? Just one insult.
One
from
insult.
one
Oh,
guy?
Makaria is going to be that character that has renown 1 with every faction because she's just like, they were mean to me once. Fuck them. I'm going to go join the Lord's Alliance. No? Fine, I'm a Harper now. Yeah, you like that? I'm going to
You
become a
don't like
druid.
that?
I don't care. Emerald Enclave for life.
I'm a true.
Emerald Oak.
Yeah, Makaria has all these like the double E. So Makaria has all these like badass tattoos with lines through them, like I heart the Zentarum. Nope, fuck those guys. I'm a Harper now. Yeah, perfect.
If you have a tattoo, I'm a Harper now. You probably
Obviously, no, that's
No,
the
but see,
thing.
eventually what she does is you get the tattoo, but then you just cover it over, like fully black.
I
And
mean,
so eventually
honestly, Elf, we know
Like
this.
tattoo arm.
We know this. The Harpers are the least secret society in all of Faerun.
they're the
like-
best. I
They're all
love them so much. They're just such a bunch of idiots.
Hi, my name's Adam. I'm a Harper. I shouldn't have said that. Can we let's start over. Hi,
I
I'm
mean, that
Adam.
was-
I'm
that was-
not a Harper at all.
That
Let me
was
just
entirely the
fold this
security
Harper
guard.
pin over. How are we?
Just Be a fucking really
Yeah.
loud Harper.
So I feel like Jules definitely of the mind like we should get the orb. That seems exciting. It's an object that we know we can get.
Well, it's a
Got
named
to.
magical item. I want it now. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then probably also the mechanical man. Like 8 was really interested in it and they kind of botched it earlier. So like anything they can do for that is probably something she'd be interested in too.
Mhm,
I think
mhm.
waiting for Rainier is not a cats are not patient.
I think to a certain degree, if we don't find anything, then waiting gives us something that we can then pull on.
But
But
we should look while
we
like
can ask a few
active
people
waiting.
a few things, certainly.
active waiting.
I realized that there may have been a witness that I can talk to the whole fireballing thing in my room right now, messing with my shit. So I am finally gonna go talk to that bird.
Okay. All right.
Wait,
so you want to talk
before
to the
you
bird?
go.
Yep.
Yes.
How much money did you get? I'm still looking to make this purchase.
Which
Remember
which one?
when the noble she gave you a bag of gold,
Oh right,
a
yeah,
bag of coins? You want to take a look at it?
yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you remember it and you like take it out and open it.
Mm.
Yeah, there's about like 20 silver in there.
Oh, that sucks.
It's not good enough hush money.
It's a bit
That's yeah. I mean,
Barely a
that's
good bottle of wine.
all that means is I'm just gonna like talk about their shit everywhere. Like it's fine.
I mean, she doesn't
You're gonna-
know. She's a
you're gonna
noble. She
pay-
just gives you whatever she
you're gonna
thinks
pay
poor
hush money.
weirdos
How
want.
much does this cost?
Exactly, right? You could go buy a banana. It's fine.
How much is a banana? 20 silver.
Go see a Star Wars.
Yeah, so there you go. Okay, so you get your tiny pile of silver. All right, well let's take our second break here, and when we get back, Rin, you can commune with nature, and we
to
can
this
decide what
bird.
we want to do while we wait for Rainier to return with some information from his mysterious friend.